guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is rather impromptu, 100% impromptu. This was not planned in any way. I was literally it's Saturday. I'm chilling. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm laying on the couch with my cats, watching Animal Crossing live streams, which is like my favorite thing to do right now as I play Animal Crossing. And I went on Instagram and I saw Jaclyn Hill doing a little tour. She was showing around Jaclyn Cosmetics headquarters. And I was like, oh my god, Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. I have forgotten about Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. It's been a while since I feel like she's really brought it up. You know, obviously there hasn't been a launch since I think the lipsticks. And I was surprised at my reactions. By the way, I'm just playing around and I thought as I talk about this situation, let's use some of Jaclyn's launches. I have the vaults here. I have her highlighters from Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. I also have the Becca highlighter palette. I was just trying to grab all my Jaclyn Hill stuff. I can't find the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks. I'm wondering if I really did throw those away. If you're new to my channel and you never saw my Jaclyn Hill lipstick video, that was quite a video. I really went at her really, really hard. Okay, so let's first pick a palette out of the vault. I remember hating these so much. Which one should we do? So basically today, I just wanted to kind of talk about Jaclyn Hill and indirectly talk about Jeffree Star as well. Okay, I'm going to go into Ring the Alarm, which is probably one of the most sought after ones. These are very Jaclyn Hill tones. She loves her warm browns. I'm first going to go into the shade Mugshot. Pretty sure I did a really bad review of these as well. Did I live swatch these? I think I may have swatched these. I don't remember. All my past Jaclyn Hill videos I'll put down below for reference if you want to go and listen. So anyways, as I said, I saw Jaclyn Hill posting this tour of her Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics headquarters. Now, if you would have asked me maybe closer to when the whole lipstick gate situation happened with her really hairy lipsticks, if you would have asked me how I felt about, look at this shadow on my finger. This thing is a mess. This palette sucks. If you would have asked me how I felt then, I'd be like, no, absolutely not. Not interested. Thanks, Jaclyn. You know, I really came at Jaclyn really hard. I called her a liar. You know, I thought, and I still think at a time she was really just kind of money hungry. And I started to feel like as fans, we didn't matter anymore. What mattered was just pushing product, selling product. You know, nothing felt genuine. And I want to say in the beginning of this, I don't take anything I've said previously back. But I do want to discuss, honestly, the sexism in this situation and how I play a part in that and how I do need to apologize to a certain extent. And we'll get there. Like I said, if you would have asked me how I felt about Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics headquarters, I wouldn't give a shit. I'm just like, no. I'm over it. I'm over Jaclyn. I'm over her just nonstop pushing of product, of Morphe, of just kind of really feeling like she lost her passion. She might say she still has a passion for makeup, but at one point I do feel that she had a bigger passion for money. And I mean, fair enough. She was making a fucking killing. Have you seen her house? It's insane. This girl has money. I'm sure that can get a little addicting at a certain point. Although I'll say I know there are other creators out there who I think make just as much as Jaclyn, who I don't feel are super, I don't want to say money hungry because I think everybody at the end of the day is money hungry. Like, who doesn't want money? There are some that I feel really work hard to still create things. I mean, look at Christine Dominique. She has, you know, an amazing, beautiful home, a gorgeous cosmetic line, and she's still out there like weekly. She's doing TikTok, she's having fun, she's doing looks. You know, she is what I would think of someone who's doing it all. She's still creating, but still at the same time building a beautiful cosmetic line, and I think she's done it the right way. I'm remembering now why I hate this palette. It like starts to make weird streaks on your eyelids that like won't blend out. It makes these like streaks. It's strange. This palette sucked. Anyway, let's now go into Siren. So what kind of prompted my thinking today was seeing that tour. My initial reaction wasn't like, oh god, or ew, or what the heck, or here we go again. My first response was like, oh my god, Jaclyn looks so happy. She looks so excited. And I don't know. Trust me, I have been one of Jaclyn's hardest critics. If you don't believe me, go look at Jaclyn's videos. And this is not a video where I'm saying, let's give her a second chance. None of that. And in fact, I want to hear your opinions. And if you disagree with me, tell me 100%. I respect that. And that is, you know, you're right. I in no way am trying to, you know, we'll get there. But I was shocked. I was really caught off guard by my just natural reaction. I was not at all negative, you know? I just wasn't. She was touring her little studio. She was showing her the room that her dogs are gonna go in, which I think that's a little silly. I don't know. This is my personal opinion. I love my animals, but I wouldn't bring them to my business. I just wouldn't. But if that's her thing, that's her thing. She's the freaking CEO. So I was just really caught off guard at how much I wasn't angry. Like how much I wasn't like, oh, here we go. You know what I mean? Because if you would have asked me right after a lipstick gate, obviously because it's fresh and hot and I'm really pissed off, I would be like, oh my God, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. This is like impossible to blend. This is so weird. So then, you know, I'm just kind of thinking, and it's what made me come make this video because I kind of wanted to think like on camera with you guys and hear how you feel and your reactions to everything. I was just thinking about, you know, Jaclyn's long history of, I mean, I hate to say fails, but fails or times where I feel like she didn't make the right choice, or I feel like she valued money over actually giving something decent. You know, we've seen it with the vaults. We've seen it with the hairy lipsticks. I feel like she has a long track record of putting money before, I mean, her fans' happiness, you know? And then there's been a lot of what I feel is, you know, deceiving everyone. I know there's still this whole talk about, I think it was these vault palettes on if they actually got destroyed and if new ones were coming out, and or was it the lipsticks? That's the problem, is I can't even keep it straight at this point because there's been so many times where Jaclyn just, it's hard to trust her. It's really hard to trust her. It's hard to take her word seriously because it feels like we've been wronged so many times by her. So I don't think it's any secret that Jaclyn 100% has made some really terrible choices. Really, really bad. I hate this eyeshadow. All right, I am over this shade. I keep trying to blend it out. It's really not blending. I'm gonna go into the shade Secret now. So this is also going to tie in. Honestly, what I'm about to say is what made me want to make this video and just obviously talk to you guys. I'm kind of just brainstorming or kind of just thinking things over. This is not in any way a perfectly, you know, scripted and thought out and planned and organized like drama type of video. It's just me, you know, thinking. So I might say something and I might, you know, change my mind later. I might think, well, no, actually I remember this and she, you know, this was shitty, so never mind. I don't know. I'm literally just talking to you guys. So if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram this week, you may have seen my somewhat long rant about Jeffree Star. And I know that I have people who are going to watch this who are fans of Jeffree, who love Jeffree, who support Jeffree. I want you to know, and I want you to hear me when I say I'm not attacking you. I understand the appeal. I understand wanting to love him. And I understand if you just like his makeup and you don't even really care that much about Jeffree Star. I'm having a serious issue with Jeffree, with just everything with Jeffree. I think Jeffree has done so many vile things that you can't tell me he is not a 100% horrible, toxic human being. If you want to hear, or if you want to know how I really feel about Jeffree Star, go to my Twitter. Basically, I think he's a shit person, and I said that, and I mean it, and I stand by it. And I think the way that we have been so hard on Jaclyn Hill, and we've really held her to the utmost highest standard. I mean that girl can't breathe wrong without all of us jumping down her throat. Then we have Jeffree over here who continuously does horrific things. We're finding out this week that he's paying people off. He's paying people to do his dirty work. This is a CEO of like $1 million company, and he's paying drama channels to orchestrate things for him and leak things for him. And I'm going to tell you this, I can't reveal my sources. It is coming out. I know more than probably most people. I know more than some drama channels. And it is all coming out like now. Jeffree better be ready. That's all I'm going to say. He's a shit person. Take my word for that. So while I'm doing my rant on Jeffree, let's see, what should we go in with here? Let's take some framed. So as I was ranting about Jeffree, most people agreed with me. There's a few people still who believe Jeffree's changed. You know, a lot of things like, you know, that Confederate flag picture that just came up are from his past. But there are many things coming out that Jeffree has done in his past that are no good. Fine. I can look past that. And most of the time, I am willing to give someone a second chance depending on how horrible the situation is. But you can't tell me his character has changed. You know, I brought this up in my rant. Did everyone forget what he called Jackie Ina? Jackie Ina. Like, the most beautiful, strong black woman. What he called her? Have we forgotten about the violence he threatened against Makeup by Shayla? Another beautiful black woman, by the way. There's just, you can't tell me he's changed if he's making violent threats to a woman. To a woman. He's still a man. This was in my rant. I don't care how good he is at makeup or how good his makeup is or if he loves the color pink. He's a man at the end of the day, and he threatened a woman. How this all just got surpassed, I'll never understand. Like, sure, it's drama for a minute. It's a hot topic for a minute. It always goes away for him. But Jaclyn Hill still has to defend herself against the shitty things that she's done too. And yes, they were bad. But have we seen Jaclyn threaten violence against anyone? Have we seen Jaclyn use racial slurs? Is Jaclyn posing with the Confederate flag? Does Jaclyn have self-mutilation photos rolling around the internet? And again, I'm not faulting Jeffree Star for that. I don't know that business that well. And those are all things in the past. Jeffree's a shitty person up to today. He treats people horribly. Jaclyn doesn't really do anything to anyone. She's not going around treating anyone poorly. I just really think that we've held her to such a high standard, and we've come for her. We've come for her throat. I can't imagine how she felt while all this is going on. And again, it was her own doing. I'm not taking that away from her. It was her own doing. But Jeffree's just in no way held to that standard that we hold to Jaclyn. Just not at all. This guy can do no wrong. I'm going to wet a brush, and I want to go into the shade. Ooh, I kind of want to try it now. Yeah, I kind of want to try ballsy. Let's be ballsy. It just really occurred to me, you know, I've been very frustrated with Jeffree this week. I've been very vocal about it. I mean, I've been frustrated with this Jeffree situation for a long time because I've always felt he gets away with just absolutely anything. Finding out that he's actually paying people, and again, you guys, I know more than you think. It's worse. Finding out that he pays people to plant what he needs and to manipulate, and not to mention he most definitely holds information over other influencers' heads so that they can never speak out against him. And you call that a decent person? Has Jaclyn done any of that? Okay, she made some hairy lipsticks, yeah. She made some shitty products, yeah. She made promises that probably weren't true, and she's probably lied a lot. But Jaclyn has not done a fraction of the things that Jeffree has done and continues to do. And she still is like so scorned. I'm sorry, but it's sexist, and I played a part in that. I don't use Jeffree Star. I never have. I'm not a fan. But at the end of the day, I do really think that it is horrible of me for how much I've called out Jaclyn Hill on her wrongs. And this is the first time, not the first time, but the biggest time that I've ever really voiced how I feel about Jeffree and how wrong it is that we're still supporting him and buying his makeup. I shouldn't say we, because I know we're not all doing it, but obviously a lot of people are. It's no secret. His launches are huge right now. I just don't think it's fair. And again, I'm not taking away the fact that I think Jaclyn Hill definitely deserved a lot of the heat that she got, but it's almost like, you know, to what extent? That was pretty crazy for her for quite a while. I know she wasn't doing right. She was not doing okay. It definitely affected her mental health. I know recently she had mentioned something about, you know, maybe relying on alcohol as a crutch at certain times, or it's just something that she maybe struggled with a bit that she kind of had to clear out and maybe take a step back from. She just hasn't done a fraction of the things that Jeffree has done, continues to do, and will continue to come out, and yet never even just had an ounce of the heat that she has had from everybody, from drama channels, from viewers. People really came for her throat, and it was a really hard time. It was a hard few years for Jaclyn. And I'm sorry, but it's sexist. I think we were being really sexist, and I think that's horrible. I think Jaclyn Hill was an easier target for all of us than Jeffree is. I don't know why that is. I don't know what makes him so untouchable in this way, and I don't know what made it so easy for us. Well, sexism. It was so much easier to just rip into her over shitty product, which again, I'm not taking away how bad that is. And the lies and the deceit, that's all there, but Jeffree hurts people. He threatens women. He makes racist remarks. He uses people. He uses people of color to make it. Now, I feel like a shit person because I can't stand for women in, you know, want better for women, but I'm a part of the problem. I'm being harder on a female than I have been on a man, and that's not okay. This might seem so dramatic, and I understand. It's just something I think I'm really trying to look at myself as being a part of the solution to our world right now. You know, we all have to look inside it. I'm looking inside every day right now to see what I've done. You know, what I can change in myself, what mistakes I have made. we can't just call out everybody. We have to look at our own self as well. We have to look at us in the mirror. And this is a big one that really hit me. And it's just like, wow, I didn't give a fuck about coming at Jaclyn so hard for shitty product and feeling like I was lied to, which is all fair and fine. But I don't know, you guys, we all went at her so damn hard. And she has not done a fraction of what Jeffree has done. And like I said, continues to do today. And he just put up a relaunch of the Shane Dawson collection, and there's just, it's crickets over the horrible things he's done. He's still selling stuff, and people just don't care. They don't care about his bad actions, and I think it's sexist. I think it's sexist how terrible we've been to Jaclyn. Despite her fuck-ups, yes, she's had them for sure, and she should have to own up to those. But still, I still see comments on everything. Like, people are still just nailing her on Instagram, on Twitter. People are horrible to her in those comments, and it's like, what is she doing now? She hasn't launched anything. You know, she's over there coloring in her little coloring books. She's working on her headquarters. It's like, what do people want? She took a step back, and we're still attacking her. I'm just someone, when I think, like it feels like waves. It's hard for me to separate thoughts and like organize them and categorize them and make them more like just smoother. So like when I'm talking, things just keep bah, 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 and then I just keep going blah, 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 blah. So I know I'm going to watch this and I'm going to be like, damn, I wish I said this and I wish I said that. So definitely follow me on Instagram, Twitter, watch my comments. If I feel like I have more to add, I will. I just don't think it's fair how hard we are on Jaclyn versus Jeffree Star. Another person I want to talk about, and this, I'm sure some people won't agree with me, and I'm in no way saying you have to forgive her or, you know, give her a second chance. I'm not saying that at all. One person I do want to talk about is Laura Lee. I'm going to go into mugshot again. Now, I've had a personal experience with Laura Lee. I know she doesn't like me. We went on a brand trip, and I don't know what I did or what happened. I really don't know. I don't know if I was at fault. I don't know, but we didn't hit it off. We're not cool. I don't know how else to say it. She made it very obvious that she didn't like me, and so I made it very obvious that I didn't like her. I then saw her, it was almost like a week later, I also went to a Too Faced event, which actually, like, Laura was a big part of it. It was the Peach launch, and they did a little, like, animation video that Laura was in that was really cute. I saw her there, and I said, hey, Laura, you look beautiful. I gave her a hug. She laughed in my face and walked away. So it was very obvious that she didn't like me. And again, I do worry that, I don't know if I gave her a bad vibe at the first brand trip that I met her at, because I know she smiled. I'm so dumb. I walked in the house. We were running so late. Our driver couldn't find the house we were going to. It was a Sigma trip. And I ran in the house and I said, hi, hi, hi. And she smiled at me and I just went, hi. And I just ran to my room because I knew they were all waiting to go to dinner and everyone was dressed and I was still in my airport clothes, freaking the fuck out. So I just said, hi. And I just ran in, and I don't know if maybe she took that as me being like super bitchy, which she definitely could have. And I didn't mean it to be that way. Laura, if you see this video, I was really scared to see you. This was one of my first big brand trips. I was a huge fan. It like really fucked me up because I was such a fan. I was so excited to see her. But I was also really scared. It's scary. I'm not a big channel, you guys. So when I get invited to these things, I'm effing terrified. You know, everyone who was there, minus me, had millions of followers and millions of views, and I don't. One thing that doesn't get talked about a lot, when you're a smaller channel and you're invited on these things, it's fucking scary. It really is. These people like almost kind of control the gate of like who's let in and who's not. And so when you have a bad experience with somebody, it's like, well, I'm fucking ruined now because they're gonna tell everyone to fucking hate me. Stuff. So anyway, I don't think we're cool. I know we're not cool. I know she unfollowed me on like everything. And so after that, I mean, it's been years now, I've been like, no, I don't want Laura. I don't want anything to do with her, fine. And then all her stuff came out with her tweets, and that was horrendous. It really, really was. And I've talked to another influencer friend of mine who I know they had a big falling out for a minute. I think this was being talked about recently, and she said that they've talked and, you know, they're cool and she sees growth in Laura. And so, again, Jeffree has been caught doing the things that Laura did and a ton more, but it's like, I feel like there's still this X over Laura. She still wears this, like, you know, I don't know the words I'm looking for, but it's still like, I think people are having a hard time still warming back up to her or giving her a second chance. Not everybody, a lot of people have. And like I said, even influencer friends of mine who were really affected by her tweets that came out and were really hurt by them. When I've talked to them, they've said they've talked to her, they've worked it out, and that doesn't speak for everybody, of course. That's only one person's experience, but she does definitely believe she sees growth in Laura, and that, you know, she does forgive her for those horrible tweets. And but still, my point is that I think though it was horrible, that incident, a lot of us have never given her a second chance ever. And I don't believe in cancel culture, and I feel like I also add to cancel culture for this specific reason. I mean, I personally had a bad experience with her. I think if anyone, I have the right to just cancel her because I just feel weird about the situation. But at the end of the day, if, you know, another friend of mine says she's definitely seen growth, they've talked about it, they're cool, you know, I would be open to, Laura, if you happen to see this, I would love to talk to you and figure out, I don't know, what I did or where we went wrong, where we didn't vibe well, because I do hate that. I was a huge fan, so it's really hurtful that I feel this way now. But I would like to stop because, again, I'm adding to the problem of sexism where I'm so much harder on Jaclyn or on Laura than I am on, you know, a man who does these horrific things. Jeffree Star in particular. I think it's shameful that this is like one of the first times I've ever spoken out to say just how atrocious he is. I think we should all be saying it. I can't find, I can already imagine the comments on this video. I'll probably be canceled because people aren't going to agree with me, because if you come for Jeffree Star, it's like you're coming for Jesus on the fucking cross, okay? It's the fans are crazy. Let's throw on some mascara. You know, I really don't want to write Laura Lee off as a shit person for the rest of her life. I really, really don't. Those tweets were terrible, and then her apology video was horrible. It was really dumb. But at the end of the day, I do hope she's grown from it. I do hope it taught her a lesson, and I would love to talk to Laura again, and I wish her nothing but the best. I really, you know, I don't want anyone to have to sit in their mistakes forever. And I know some people are going to be like, well, isn't that hypocritical of Jeffree Star? No, he has not yet had to. He doesn't. He gets to just throw up a stupid Instagram story where he's like, no, that's not what we're going to do. No. It's like, even his apology isn't an apology. It isn't. He's just sweeping it under the rug. It's like, okay, let me address this. Let me put something up so people will support our relaunch of Shane's collection, you know, in a few days, and then I can go get my latte and I can drive off. You know what I mean? It's not real. It's not heartfelt. It's not. Do we even need to get into what he did to James? There's just this crazy Jeffree double standard. It's completely unfair. You know, we all canceled James immediately, all because of what Jeffree says. But meanwhile, what is Jeffree doing behind the scenes? Nothing good. He's paying people off. He's paying people to do his dirty work for him. We don't know what his motivation is. Well, we do. I mean, he wants to stay on top. We know that. Is James a threat to Jeffree? I think so. James is much, much younger. He has a lot more time to build something a lot bigger. I don't think Jeffree likes that. I think that is 100% a threat. All right, you guys, we are taking the notorious Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Face Palette. This thing is so old. I feel like it wasn't always so yellow, was it? I feel like it was more white, or maybe it was always a cream. I just feel like it's not aging well. I used mine a lot. I really liked mine. These blush colors are really not my favorite these days. Let's go into this one here. Like, this is so bright. If Jaclyn Hill was gonna make a face palette again, I couldn't see her choosing these pinks. I don't know. It just doesn't feel very Jaclyn to me. Like, this is hot fucking pink. I already have a little blush on, but whatever. Like, this is bold. So I guess really what this video is about, I don't know, again, I'm just brainstorming. I'm probably gonna get crucified for it. I think that I've been unfair to Jaclyn. I think I've been unfair to Laura. I think I've been unfair to James Charles. It's like, I've never supported Jeffree Star. I always knew he was no good, but yet I was still biting into any time he put a hit out on somebody and was canceling someone. I mean, what about what he did to Manny? Okay, Manny was a supposed shitty friend. Did we all have to cancel Manny? Like, that's crazy. It just needs to stop. His control over these poor people's lives needs to stop. Yeah, they really fucked up many, many times, but it's just like, if he says they're done, they're done. And I'm glad to see them coming back and, you know, they're doing fine and everything. He didn't keep them down for long, but I just feel like he really, really gets away with trying to ruin people's lives, and I don't get it when he continuously shows what a shitty person he is. And like I said, everything isn't even out yet, and it will be. I just think I myself need to take accountability for adding to cancel culture, for biting into his bait of wanting to end people forever. Again, I'm not taking away the mistakes that they made, and they did have to own up to those. And but I don't want to hate them forever. I'm sick of this. I'm like sick of someone telling me who's over and who's done and who needs to be canceled. It's unfair. It's sexist towards Jaclyn and Laura and God knows who the fuck else. Over the years, there's been so many things. Also, can we just address that Jeffree Star has also had hair and things in his lipsticks and in his makeup. No one even bat an eye at it. It's crazy. It just mulled right over. But because it was Jaclyn, it was, you know, insanity. It's like, it's so unfair. It's so unfair. I have two of the Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighters here. I have Balm and I have High Volt, and I kind of just want to mix them both. I'm kind of just dipping into both lids. I don't know. I think maybe it was my own personal guilt that made me want to get on here and talk about this, because I need to own up to the fact that I added to this. I was right there in the drama when it happened, being like, yep, cancel Jaclyn. You know, she made shitty lipsticks. It should all be over. And I was right there, super excited when Laura was being canceled. And I was never once willing to give her a second chance, when how many chances is Jeffree given left and right? It's not right of me. I apologize for that. And I know I'm going to have a lot of people who disagree with me, and that's okay. Like I said, I respect your opinion. This is not me trying to sway you in any sort of way. I'm just thinking, I'm just talking, and I just want to address how I add to the problem. And not only me, but all influencers. I think there's this like weird feeling when Jeffree cancels someone or has information on someone. He's a giant bully, and we all feed on it like little fucking hungry like crows. It's sick. Even if I don't support him, I've been there when he's canceled people and been like, oh my god, this is crazy, and then I don't support those people anymore either. All the while, he's fucking terrible. He's horrible. He's a horrible person. Like I said with Manny, he canceled Manny for being a shitty person for how long? It really took a while for Manny to kind of come back to, you know, being a Manny. Like, and you've heard these voice notes. Sanders put up that video with the voice notes of him talking about, you know, Laura and everybody, you know, all this while they were bad friends, and he doesn't talk about anyone behind their backs. But then there are all of these voice notes of him talking about people. There's text messages of him talking about people. There's videos coming out left and right about how he's wronged people. And it's not okay. We have to stop supporting this hate machine that he's built. God only knows who else he's paying to stay silent on certain things, or who he's paying to say things in his defense. We don't know. We don't know what he's orchestrating over there. The thing is, he has a lot of money, and with a lot of money, you can do anything. You can make things go away. You can silence people. You can make things start up. You can make things leak. I'm just sick of it. I'm over it. I don't feel good about it. I think it's sexist how hard we were on Laura Lee and Jaclyn Hill, and we've really never let them come back from it, and they're trying, and I'm glad that they are. I'm glad they've apologized, and I hope they turn it, and Laura's doing fine. I don't even really count Laura as a part of that. That was just one, you know, one situation that I did want to talk about. Again, what she did was terrible. Her apology was terrible. At the end of the day, I do think she felt the wrath of that. I'm sure it's one of the biggest regrets she has in her life, and I hope she's better, and she seems to be doing better. And again, Laura, if you see this, I'm sorry we had a bad falling out, and I'm sorry that I really played into canceling you and supporting that, because that wasn't okay when we look at it compared to everything that Jeffree has done, and it just doesn't fucking matter ever. It doesn't matter ever. It never ever matters. And I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I mean, let's be honest. I'm sure women are buying the majority of his makeup, obviously. And I love that there is a huge wave of men feeling comfortable playing with makeup and getting into it. And I see why Jeffree would be kind of like a beacon of hope for them, to feel comfortable and feel good and feel just like banging about themselves for using makeup and feeling good in it. But I think it's time he loses his hero status when we see left and right how many horrible, toxic things he's doing to people. It's not okay. And I'm sure a lot of people will unsubscribe to me after this video. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of angry comments. I'm honestly scared to even upload this, because like I said, if you talk against Jeffree Star, it's like you talk against God himself. It is crazy. But I really needed to share how I feel about this situation and how I've added to the horribleness of it, and take accountability of myself too. I'm ashamed that I feel like I've been sexist, because I've been so hard on Jaclyn, but this is really like the first time I've ever really spoken up against Jeffree Star and really voiced how I feel and called out all the things I think he does that is absolutely terrible. I should have been doing this a long time ago. There's been stuff every single year, but yet I was going at Jaclyn so hard. And I just feel, I don't know, I'm disappointed in myself. I'm ashamed. I want to do better. And that's, you know, you got to call yourself out. You have to know when it's time to do better. I was actually going to use the hairy lipsticks. I'm not going to use the hairy lipsticks today. I can't find them, but I was going to. I really was. This is, oh no! This is a Dose of Colors liquid lipstick, but there's no sticker on the bottom. I don't know what color it is. Do you guys have any idea what color this would be? I'm going to try and figure it out. I'm sure I ordered this because I'm not in their PR list, so I'm going to search Dose of Colors in my inbox and see if I can find my receipt, because I don't know what color this is, but if you guys have a guess, leave it in the comments. I'll try and figure it out though. Oh, it's a really pretty color. I wish I knew what it was. Before I go, I want to read some tweets. These are some tweets you guys had sent me when I was tweeting about how I felt with this whole Jaclyn Hill scenario. Like I said, I want to hear your guys' side too. If you don't agree with me, that's totally okay. I am not, you know, trying to make you feel one way or the other. This is just my own thoughts. Miss Heather Marie. Hey, Heather. She's a sweetie. I do think it's unfair how much backlash she got and how much he still gets away with. That being said, I can't stand either of them, and I'm not buying anything from either. They're both manipulative liars. That is more than fair. Completely understand. Lexi says, I personally am not a fan of hers anymore, but I do hope she does well with her business. There's been too many mishaps with launches, and I have too much makeup to even think about buying more, but maybe one day I'll give it a try again. Fair enough. Oh, my dad's calling. I'm making a video. Karen says, I'm 100% behind Jaclyn Hill. She's been one of my favorites, and I know she's fucked up, but who hasn't? And she apologized, and she's made a few things better, and she's trying to do better, which I haven't seen from Jeffree Star. I agree. He's not trying to be better at all. Now, this is a really, really, really good point. This is something I didn't even address, and I should have. This is by Lady McNugget. Love it. Honestly, like, do whatever, sis. We all mess up. But when she publicly supported Jeffree Star and used his products, that's when I was like, nah, I see your moral waiver when it actually matters. And I, as a black woman, didn't support her anymore, but, like, I don't hate try to bring her down. I don't hate / try to bring her down. Absolutely. And that's something I meant to address right away. Any other creators, you need to stop supporting him. Absolutely stop it. I completely agree with this tweet. When I see another influencer using Jeffree Star, my blood absolutely boils. You are basically co-signing everything he does. Everything he does, you say you're okay with every time you use one of his products. You need to stop. And I've had some influencers in my inbox disagreeing with me heavily. We'll just say that. It's been a rough few days for me. Like, behind the scenes talking to other influencer friends and people, and we're definitely at odds with this, but you know, I do hope going forward Jaclyn never uses another Jeffree product. If she does, I would hate that so much. I hope going forward Jaclyn, amongst all influencers, stop supporting him, stop supporting his brand. You know, again, until we see growth and change, until he stops being a shitty person, I don't think we should be supporting him. It definitely is just, it's a bad look. It's just kind of like, really? Really? So yeah, I completely agree with that. I completely understand that. And thank you for sharing, Lady McNugget. Dana Monroe says, sexism 100% plays a role in the backlash she constantly faces. Thank you for pointing it out. I'm all for holding people accountable, but people love to hate. It's sad. Yeah, they do. I agree. I think I played a huge part in that, and that's sexist of me, and I'm ashamed of that. I really am. Dead Girl Roland says, honestly, I swore I wouldn't buy anything from her after the lipstick thing, but I caved and bought one of her highlighter palettes, and it's amazing. And I completely agree. I tweeted last night about how the online beauty community treats Jaclyn compared to him. I think this is really coming to light in a lot of people's eyes right now. I think we're all kind of thinking about the whole situation, thinking about how we've treated other influencers who have really fucked up in the past. Most of them have been women. Let's not, you know, beat around the bush here. They mostly have. And the axe has come down on them so much harder than it has ever touched Jeffree Star. It's wrong. It's not okay. And we can't walk around wearing our cute little feminist t-shirts and celebrating Women's Day if we're here, you know, adding to the problem. Like I said, I feel ashamed. I feel really, really ashamed. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. I can't say I'm for women if I'm punishing them and hurting them more than I am a man who's doing the same thing, if not worse. I don't know. I know this video is all over the place. I jumped into a lot of topics I didn't expect to. like Laura Lee and Manny, but it just kind of all plays a part. And like I said, all my thoughts just kind of come whooshing in. Bottom line, I'm excited for Jaclyn Hill. I hope this is a turning point for her with her brand and with her as an influencer. We'll see. Only time will tell. You know, I might be eating crow like a month later. Say she launches something and it's covered in cat hair. I might be eating crow and I might feel like a complete ass on this video, and I'm going to come back to you guys and say, you know, whatever. But no, at the end of the day, whether she makes better makeup, I don't even care about that. Whether she comes back to doing videos, I don't even care about that. The truth of the matter is we have been so much harder on Jaclyn. We've been so much harder on Laura. We've been so much harder on Manny. We've been so much harder on James Charles. We've been so much harder on every single person Jeffree has decided to take out. He has made all these decisions and we jump on it. Whether we like him at all or not, we still have taken the information that he has spread out there and we have jumped on it. It's not okay. We need to stop supporting him. We need to stop playing into his game. It's like we're all it's like a little game of Monopoly. We're all on his little board and he's just going, I'm going to move you here and I'm going to move you there and I'm going to pay you money and I'm going to pay you money and you're going to be quiet and you're going to say this and then I'm going to give you a little bit of this information and you're going to run there with it. We're all a piece. We're all a game. We're all just a little piece of the Jeffree Star game. And mind you, this is a CEO of a bajillion-dollar makeup brand. I can only imagine how much, not to mention his merch lines. We're all a piece of it, and we just let him just fuck with people's lives. And you're gonna go here, and I'm gonna ruin your career, and you're gonna be done. And we're just letting this man do this to us, and it's crazy. We're letting him just destroy people, and for what? Also, I'm sorry, I said it on Instagram, I said it on Twitter, his soul is fucking empty. I don't care how full his closets are, I don't care how many pink cars he has, his soul is empty. How can you be such a successful person? How can you have all this business, this booming business going on, and you're still at the end of the day, you know, getting into drama channels' ears, paying people money, getting all tied up in the drama? Like, you're a CEO. Imagine the CEO of ColourPop walking around doing that's wild. That's insane. He might be a CEO, but he still has the brain of like a 12-year-old. It's crazy. This guy's no good. He's toxic. I'm done. I want to end this again, just apologizing. Jaclyn, I'm sorry for the part I played in this by being so hard on you and never holding Jeffree to the same standard. Same to Laura, same to Manny, same to James Charles, same to absolutely, I can't even keep track. Anyone else he has wronged, it's not right. It's not right. So, how do you guys like this look? I actually think it's not bad. I still hate the vault palettes, it's not bad. Like I said, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I'm just thinking out loud, so if I got any information incorrect, if you don't agree with me, definitely let me hear it. I'm not trying to fight or, cause any drama on my own. I'm kind of just trying to own up for what I do and maybe bring this to other people's, just kind of, we should all really be thinking about this, how hard we go at these women versus how hard Jeffree Star gets it, which really isn't hard at all. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. At the end of the day, who's the common denominator in all of this? It's Jeffree. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you disagree with me, that's okay. Voice your opinion. I don't want to silence you. I'm not going to delete your comment. I definitely want to hear from you. So please share. Literally. If you think I'm like the dumbest bitch in the world, tell me why. Maybe like word it a little nicer, but still. I love you guys and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!